What is going on, young men between 18 and 29? I am the over 50 guy slash online dad. Listen, one thing I want to talk to you guys about real quick is that voice in your head. I know you guys have it because I have it, and I've had it for the better part of my life. It is that voice in your head that tells you that, you can't do this or you're not good enough, that not worthy of anything, you're not worth a lot. Listen, guys, that's a very real thing, and I have struggled with that for a good part of my life. Negative thoughts. A lot of that, guys, comes from, your environment, how you were brought up, things that were said to you early on in life, experiences that you had in life, and that stuff is real, man. It really is. And it is so debilitating, right? That voice has stopped me from doing so much in life. That voice, even now, as I'm doing this video, is present. Who's going to listen to you? Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Oh, nobody's paid, that type of thing. And like I said, I experience it. I know people around me experience it. How do you deal with that? Listen, I have gone to therapists, I've read books, I've done all kinds of things to quiet that chatter, that nonstop chatter on the inside of my head. And I would tell you guys honestly, the thing that I've been doing in the last maybe year and a half or so, that I just happened upon, has helped me more than any of that. And not saying that the other stuff hasn't helped, it absolutely has. I have read books, like I said, I've been to therapists, and we've talked about this type of thing, how things in your childhood kind of, shapes and molds your thinking, and, ways to break those patterns. So those things have helped, but I will tell you one thing that has helped me immensely in that process, and this is gonna sound crazy, but just hear me out, has been meditation, of all things, right? Meditation has really helped me with that. And I don't want to get spooky deep with you guys about that. I used to think that the meditation, you're sitting on a pillow and, that type of thing, or you had to be a Buddha in order to meditate in that. And it really isn't that. At the heart, guys, what meditation is focusing on something else other than that nonstop chatter in your mind. Because you really can't focus intently on two things at the same time. For an example, I use the breath, right, to focus on. That's an object of meditation, they call it. And in that, I use the breath because my breath is always with me, right? Wherever you go, you're breathing. So you can do this exercise or this practice whenever you like. And all it is, guys, and it can be your breath, it can be sounds, it can be a feeling in your body. It can be anything that you can intently focus on, right? So I focus on my breath, and I follow my breath, the inhale, like I'm like on it. I'm following my breath so tough that on my inhale, I can tell right when it stops. And then I focus on my exhale, and then I just repeat that process. And that essentially is what meditation is. It allows you guys, it gives you a break from all of the other shit that you're constantly nonstop thinking about, right? So that thing has really helped me, and we can talk about that a little bit more if that's of interest to you guys. But I have found that to be a tremendous help in my life as far as dealing with the negative thoughts that I believe we all have. All of us have had childhood traumas, parent traumas, school traumas, bullying. I mean, you can run the gamut. I've had it all, right? And we carry that stuff, right? And that's the stuff that just keeps zinging all day, every day in your head. I can't tell you guys how many times I've, been in situations where I've talked my own self out of stuff that was going my way just because of the stuff that's rattling around in my head. I want you guys to get a control of that. And if, listen, if the meditation doesn't help for you, absolutely go see a counselor or a therapist. Listen, we all have stuff. I tell my son and daughter that constantly. Y'all, we all got it. No one is immune. Your mama got it, your daddy, your grandparents. We all have this stuff. And for the most part, many people do a great job of kind of covering that up and making you think on the outside that everything is just everything. And in the worst case scenario, you can't hide it and you end up like, many people like my brother who actually ended up committing suicide, right? So the quicker you can get a hold on your mind, because your mind is just all over the place. It's just uncontrolled. An uncontrolled mind is like letting a pit bull loose in a movie theater. It's chaos. It'll be absolute chaos. You people are gonna be jumping everywhere. They're gonna be screaming it. That's your mind. Every day, all day. If you don't put it in check. In a way that I have found that really works well for me to put my mind in check is at any one given time, I just simply begin to meditate. I take my focus off of all of the shit that's going on in my mind and I put it on my breath, or I focus on a sound, or I focus on a sensation in my body. And if I focus on that intently enough, then I'm not focusing on the shit that's in my head, guys. So they call it practice for a reason. This isn't something that you're going to do the first time and get up like, oh, I got it now. No, this takes time. I started off, I could only do maybe 15 or 20 seconds at a time, but I would practice it. There are guided meditations that you can use on YouTube. I will refer you, or the guy that I would recommend, his name is Sam Harris. Anything that he has to say on meditation, please listen to. This guy knows what he's talking about. He has guided meditations on YouTube, and he can really help you practice that thing more effectively. I will tell you guys, it is a great tool to have in the toolbox as far as quieting that chatter and that crazy in your brain that we all have. Whether it is meditation, whether it is counseling and therapy, listen, these are some things that you can do to really help quiet that mind. So listen, I am the Over 50 guy / online dad. I hope that has helped. You guys have an amazing day.